What are moral dilemmas? Before we proceed, let's define dilemma. A dilemma is a situation where a person is forced to choose between two or more conflicting options, neither of which is acceptable. We can see in the definition of dilemma that the person has a choice to make that result to a situation that she doesn't want. For example, a town mayor faces a dilemma about how to protect and preserve a virgin forest and at the same time allow miners and loggers for economic development in the town. It must be noted, however, that if a person faces a difficult situations but is not forced to choose between two or more options, then that person is not in a dilemma. That person is experiencing problematic or distressful situations. What to do is look for an alternative or solutions to address the problem. When dilemmas involve human actions which have moral implications, they are called ethical or moral dilemmas. Moral dilemmas are situations where persons who are called moral agents in ethics are forced to choose between two or more conflicting options, neither of which resolves the situation in a morally acceptable manner. Let's take a look at this example. Lindsay is a deeply religious person. Hence, she considers killing humans absolutely wrong. Unfortunately, it is found out that Lindsay is having an ectopic pregnancy. It is well known that ectopic pregnancy is a type of pregnancy outside the uterus, most commonly on the fallopian tube. In other words, ectopic pregnancy is a type of pregnancy where the fetus develop outside the uterus. In this case, it will endanger the life of the mother. Thus, if Lindsay continues her pregnancy, there is a big possibility that she will die. According to experts, the best way to save Lindsay's life is to abort the fetus. This implies that it is necessarily to kill the fetus. If we will not abort the fetus, Lindsay, as well as the fetus, will die. In this situation, Lindsay is faced with two conflicting options: whether she resort to abortion, which will eventually save her life, but jeopardize her morals, or does not resort to abortion, but it will endanger her life as well as the fetus. Indeed, Lindsay faced a huge moral dilemma. There are three conditions that must be present in moral dilemma. First, the person or the agent of a moral action is obliged to make a decision about which course of action is best. Here, the person or the agent of a moral action is obliged to choose the best action accordingly. In Lindsay's case, the best option is to abort the fetus. Second, there must be different courses of action to choose from. In this case, there should be two or more options to be considered a moral dilemma. In this case, there are two conflicting options: continuing the pregnancy or abortion. Third, no matter what course of action is taken, some moral principles are always compromised, meaning there is no perfect solution to a problem. In those conditions, in moral dilemmas, the moral agent seems fated to commit something wrong, which implies that she is bound to morally fail because in one way or another, she will fail to do something which she ought to do. In other words, by choosing one of the possible moral requirements, the person also fails on others, according to Benjamin Labastide.